In Chapter 3, the focus is going to be heavily leaned towards inequalities. In fact, every section is going to have something to do with inequalities. Inequalities are very difficult things to wrap our heads around sometimes because we don't have a single solution. And you're going to see why in later sections possibly. But in Chapter 3, Section 1, we're going to introduce inequalities. So I'm going to pause, skip ahead, and then we're going to go ahead and go. So let's start with the symbols of inequalities. The sign you see here means is less than. This one is greater than or is more than. This one is less than or equal to, and this one is more than or equal to. Please have this written down somewhere in your notes for later use. So we're going to translate. We're going to translate these things from algebra to English. First one is x, and then that sign, and then 4. You need to be able to determine what sign that is. You should know that that means is less than. X is less than 4. So what you're going to write is what number is less than 4. Notice how I have it color-coded. The what number is the variable. The is less than is all packed into this symbol right here, and then 4. So the next one, you need to decide what that inequality says in words. You need to read it from left to right. And it's what number, again that's a variable, is greater than or equal to -3. So, are there lots of solutions to this? You betcha. Any number that's less than 4 is a solution. Are there lots of solutions to this? You betcha. Lots and lots of numbers are greater than -3. -3 is also a solution here. In this one, 4 is not a solution because I'm looking for numbers that are less than 4. In this one, I'm looking for numbers that are greater than or equal to -3. So -3 is one solution. Next one. We kind of flipped it around a little bit, so let's think about what this says. 15 is greater than or equal to what number? What's the solution for this one? Is 16 a solution because it says greater than? Or because we read it from left to right, shouldn't it be 15 is greater than what number? It should be 15 is bigger than the solutions. That means my solutions are less than 15. 14 is a solution here, 13 is a solution there, 12, etc. So you really have to translate and determine what they're asking for. To graph numbers on the inequalities on the number line, you need to realize that they do have more than one solution, more possible answers. So you could write them all down, but the downside is, obviously, it would take forever. Any number that's less than 1, there's an infinity of them. You have 0, you have -1, -2, -3. Take any number, subtract 1 to it, and you got a new number. And it could go on forever and ever and ever. So another way to show all the solutions is by using a number line. So what is greater than 1 becomes x is greater than 1. And that looks like this on the number line. You always need a few numbers so you can get a reference of where you're looking at on the number line. You have 1, you have -1, zeros in between, and you have a line that's going to the right. Those are all your solutions to 1. Open dot is going to be greater than or less than. That means exclusive. That means that 1 is not a solution, but everything to the right of it is, because 1 is not greater than 1. 1 is 1, but it's not greater than. Closed dot is inclusive, which means that you would shade this in, and that means that number that it's above is a solution. So, to practice, please do page 136, numbers 9 through 32 all. And that's it for the beginning of solving inequalities or working with inequalities.